Hi guys, I'm Jacob White.
And I'm Anna White. You probably know us from our website, anna-white.com, where we try to simplify carpentry and make projects accessible and easy so that most anybody can build amazing things.
So yeah, we just got done building a cabin on Paxton Lake, and one of the biggest challenges of living there with 2 kids was having a place to stay while you're building a structure or building whatever.
You can imagine it being like winter, still snow on the ground, still freezing at night, and you work all day building this cabin in remote Alaska.
And 2 kids.
2 little kids, a baby at that point, and then coming home to a campsite and then trying to cook and feed a crew, stay clean because you have a film crew filming you. And it was very, very difficult. And of course, it was definitely for me the most difficult part of our build was just how do you live? How do you camp while you're building? We want to continue to do more, cabins and really get into that. Jacob's really good at that, and I really enjoy doing the furniture and the design for it. So the Paxton cabin won't be our last. Hopefully we'll have lots of opportunities to do more. But we really need to take care of our living situation while we're doing these off-grid remote projects.
So when Anna said we're going to build a tiny house, I thought like tiny, right? Well, tiny house doesn't mean it has to be tiny.
Well, it actually is tiny because it's 200 square feet, because it has to be tiny for our purposes because we have to move this. It has to be able to be towed by a truck and go to different job sites.
So the tiny house we're building, we're going to use it as a work area for up and coming projects, and we can't tell you about those projects yet, but it's going to be fun building them. So we are going to use ours as a place to stay, place to cook, kind of like a work shack.
But it's going to be quite a challenge because not only are we going to be, feeding crews out of it, trying to find a sleeping space, but it also has to be somewhat comfortable, and I don't want it so closed in, and so I want it to have an open feel, something that you enjoy being in, that you work all day long and you're like, I get to come back to my little tiny house and it's just so perfect. So that's really my goal with it.
So if you're interested in watching this thing be built, we're going to update you every Friday, and we're going to show you how to build one of these things and make it simple.
Yeah, so we've already made a lot of progress, but we're going to start at square one, and we're going to show you everything from, why we picked a trailer, how we designed it, what's the layout, and then as we progress forward, how to frame walls, how to frame a roof. As you can kind of see in here, like Jacob is Mr. Perfectionist. He does a really, really good job. He's a great person to learn from. And then I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my SketchUp models. So eventually we'll share the plans for this, and one of the unique things I think you'll find with the plan that I create is like every single board is thought out. I don't want to put, any extra weight on your trailer. So if, I'm really, really thinking hard, how can I make this as easy as possible to build, as lightweight as possible, and, less expensive. It's saving everybody money is great.
Yeah,
so
I'm probably going to need some airbags for my truck.
Sorry. But anyway, make sure you subscribe so that you can watch this whole tiny house get built. And then, of course, we'll be putting blog post updates that have more detailed and photos.
Yep, so if you're just watching and enjoying the build, or if you're actually building a tiny house yourself, check it out.
Stay tuned, we're super excited. Thank you so much for being part of this. Okay, we'll see you next Friday.